Tell y'all one thing. There ain't nothing more satisfying than being in a male-dominated trade. I'm a machinist, for those that are new and don't know. Ew. Drop that right on the center console. But there is nothing more satisfying than being in a male-dominated trade and being a mechanic on the side. I gotta pull my tractor in the shop this weekend and work on it. But there's just something satisfying about going and getting a fresh set of nails and walking my redneck ass out here to this old Ford truck and getting in it. I mean, like, I ain't had them done in a minute. Talking about feeling good and treating myself. It's Friday, baby. Shit. 2 o'clock. Ain't even had a beer yet. About to change that, though.
Guys, ain't nobody cares that she has done her eyelashes, right? Ain't nobody cares about your new eyelashes. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. On this channel, we discuss dating. We discuss the degeneracy of our society. This woman, though, look, if you've made it up until here, you probably understand the reason why I have included her. You know, I just had to, guys. But now, you comment whatever you want on this video. Nice melons. Holy crap, guys. I tell you what, like 80% of the male population is ready to fight a crocodile with a woman such as this one, right? And this is how I'll transition into the video. Imagine how hard feminism has had to work to make this unappealing for men. I mean, not her looks, don't get me wrong, but women in general, you know? Like, women in general, by default, we men go crazy over them. We go apeshit. And they've had to work so hard for women, guys, to become hard to want. Talking about hard to want, guys, let's move on to this one right here. And let's see what she's all about.
Everybody's like, oh, men have feelings too. And yeah, I know they do. I just don't care about them. And at the end of the day, no. It's not a problem. But guess what? I'm about to be one. And when it comes down to it, if you want to be a Jersey girl, you can. You could be 53 years old teaching elementary school. You're an old man. Guess what? You want to be a Jersey girl? You be a fucking Jersey girl. One thing I won't stand for, being bald. When it rains, it pours. And when there's a hot lesbian with an unidentified gender, you can find me. Cars are meant to be preconditioned by their tires with curbs. If your car hasn't been preconditioned with a curb, then your tire is gonna do something that's not supposed to do it. Hit a curb every day. The truth will set you free, but telling lies is also really fun. Every beautiful girl has that one thing she did in 1974 that she will never talk to the authorities about.
You know, guys, sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing with the channel anymore. It's probably a bad idea to start with this one, alright? You're new to the channel, let's just pretend this whole thing didn't happen. But women, am I right, fellas? Now, one thing I forgot to mention. Please like and subscribe, guys. These nice melons I gave you. You see how I treat you guys with so much love and respect. It's out here making your day better. But now, guys, let's move on to our last TikTok. And then we actually have more content, alright? Don't you worry. This is the last TikTok, so let's cover it. Thoughts on men being providers.
I am a firm believer that a man's income has very little to do with how much he's willing to provide for you. And before the girlies say we can provide for ourselves, I have a job, okay? That's not what I mean. I've just seen so many men that make an unbelievable, unfathomable amount of money and are still not willing to buy their girlfriends anything or provide for them or pay for things. Not that men have to, but it is nice. And then I've also seen a lot of men that don't make as much money, but are willing to do anything to make their partners happy. It really has nothing to do with income. It's how much they're willing to do these things.
That's so. It ain't about income, guys. It's about the details, you know. It's about your attitude. And then you basically see a guy making 6 digits get approached by 10 women, while a guy who makes average income not get approached by no one. But it's not about the income, guys. It's about your attitude. Yeah, sure. Also, I love how she says, I mean, men don't have to pay for me. It's just nice. Yeah, right. It is nice. It is nice. But anyway, guys, let's move on to a bit of a... let's get started with our article first. All right, let's go the usual, as per usual, guys. And then we'll move on to our additional piece of content. Okay, article, where are you? I ran into my first love of my life after not seeing her for over 5 years. So this is wild. I, 27 male, was swiping on Happy Fling. What is Happy Fling, guys? What is Happy Fling? I swear, they're like a 10,000 little bullshits of dating apps. Happy Fling. Came up with that name, like a 5-year-old child or something. So this dude was swiping on Happy Fling the other night and literally froze when her face popped up. The girl I was absolutely convinced was the one before life and college pulled us in different directions. So like the high school crush, I presume. I stared at her profile for like 20 solid minutes before getting the courage to swipe right. Instant match. It literally feels like a dream, like I don't know how to explain it. We've been texting non-stop for 3 days and honestly it feels like no time has passed. Oh, everything, guys, is just so romantic. You know, there's this song playing in the background. What was it? Kiss me. Everything is just so romantic, guys. This guy's like laying on his tummy with his feet in the air, you know, wobbling them. So romantic. She's still funny. She still finishes my sentences. Still calls me out on my bullcrap. But she's also grown into this confident, badass woman with her own career and life. Wow. That's like the wombo combo of the things I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. It's amazing. Don't you want, guys, a grown, confident, badass woman? I'm sure you do. And with her own career and own life, oh hell yeah. That's what I personally want, guys. A woman with her own career, her own life, her own children, even if I happen to be the father of them, you know. Just, this is my love, this is my career, this is my money I'm stealing from you in the divorce. She'll just remind me about everything that is hers in the divorce papers, right? You gotta love it. Ain't nothing like an independent woman, guys. Let me frame it that way. But now, so we have a date planned for Saturday, and I'm low-key freaking out. Part of me, this guy is just so cheesy, I don't know. Again, he's laying on his tummy, feet in the air, and he sees her and he's like, no you don't, girl, no you don't. And then he, I don't know, takes a pillow, puts it against his face and starts screaming. Part of me is like, this is meant to be, while the rational side, so there we know how he's a man, right? Has a rational side. He's wondering if I'm just romanticizing the past. Anyone ever reconnect with an ex years later? Thank God I haven't. Any advice for not making this super awkward? Tips are more than welcome. Some of these people's stories, guys, just make me think that I'm so good in life. But anyway, I don't know, good luck with your confident, badass woman with her own career and life. You know, good luck. I don't know. But what can we take from this, guys? I don't know. She's probably not so enthusiastic about it. If at all. Probably she isn't at all. I don't know. Am I being too cynical, guys? Maybe. Am I too handsome? Maybe as well. Now, let's move on to this other content I have for you, which will make a bit more sense in regards to the article. Alright, so let's switch on to this scene. Editor, will you get it right? Oh, you just nailed it. Okay, so here is this Instagram story. Let's watch it. And for those of you not watching, they ended up divorced and hated each other in quotations. When my dad passed, we found this picture in his box of things that were special to him. Let's watch it. Okay, there you have it. I'm gonna, mute it for the copyright, but The father passed away. They found in his box of like special items dear to his heart a picture of his wedding. And everybody's like, oh no, he loved her, but they were divorced and hated each other. Guys, let's read some of the comments and you'll see where I'm taking this out, alright? First comment. I have my dad's eyes and my mom's nose, and on my face they're still together. So not relevant to the point we're making, but a good comment. You can see that I've liked it. I approve. Second, here it starts, guys. When my mom passed away, I called my dad. They couldn't stand each other. To tell him she had passed, he fell to the floor crying. Another one here. My dad still has the rocking chair my mom fed me and all my siblings when we were babies. He guards it with his life. When I asked why he kept it, he just looked at it longingly and said, yeah, your mom and I had some pretty good times. It wasn't all bad. Another one. My parents were in the middle of being divorced while being separated for a few years. When my father randomly died, still remember the scream my mother let out when she heard the news. Love is something else. So we have a woman here. A woman. A week before my dad died, he called my mom. They had been divorced for at least 25 years. He, again the man, said his favorite thing about her was that she never stopped growing as a person. So for the moment, guys, we have 3 men and a woman in these stories. Let's continue now. After my mom passed away, my dad wrote I'm sorry letters to her weekly. I'll never stop loving the mother of my child. That's natural for me, I think, as a man. Yada yada, men. They ended up divorced and hated each other, but he still doesn't remember my birthday. But every year I got reminder texts, don't forget about mom's birthday. So again, coming from the husband's perspective. My mom and dad were divorced since I was a child. She passed away August, and he bought a burial property next to her. Yada yada. My dad always said that the day he married my mom and the day I was born were the most special days in his life. They divorced and my dad kept his ring and was shocked when he learned I had the wedding album. He almost cried looking through the pictures and telling me about the small moments of the day and about the day and relatives who came to celebrate my parents. I wish I could have his ring as a keepsake. Yada yada. So the thing I want to point out, guys, and I could continue reading on. So we've encountered what? 6, 7 men and only 1 woman, alright? And the point I want to make, it's a cynical point, but it's true. Like it or not, it's just true. Men just love way longer. Men love unconditionally, while most women love conditionally. They'll forget about you in probably 2 weeks. They'll move on, right? You don't see a lot of stories about women cherishing their previous marriage. No, they don't care, guys. There was a story about one woman, you know, fair enough. She cried when her ex-husband passed away, right? And look, a lot of women can cry because their like ex-husband passed away, all right? It could be, you know, I'm not saying that women are totally heartless where they don't feel anything. No, I'm just saying that you can see a general trend, not only in this post, but in society where men just simply love better, right? Men love more unconditional, men love forever. Women don't, guys, they don't. And look, you could say all you want. You could say, oh, Hidan, you're basing this off of a meme on Instagram. First off, I don't. Second off, I recognize that Instagram can be biased. I've done experiments with female friends where we open the same post and we have different highlighted comments based on whether we're a man or a woman. So women will get comments that, you know, push like the feminist narrative or comments saying how men are bad. I, as a man, get comments saying how women are bad. So Instagram can be biased. Of course it can. But then again, these comments are filtered by, first off, they are filtered by relevant, so most likes. So they're not based on what I want to see. Second of, and this is also very important, these stories are shared by not the man himself. So it's the husband's daughter or the husband's son writing these, all right? It's not the person himself. So the comment section is not gendered in terms of who writes the comment, but rather, you know, who the comment is about. And as we read, it's about the husband, you know, being sad about that marriage he left 20 years ago. When most women, guys, they don't even remember it. Yeah, they don't even remember it. Most relationships, and I'm 100% certain you've seen this with your like friends or acquaintances, guys, women will move on in like 2 days. It's crazy. It is crazy, and they don't give a shit. For every woman, guys, that a year after a relationship is thinking to herself, maybe he wasn't all that bad. I wonder how he is right now. Oh, I miss him so much. For every woman like that, there's like 10,000 men. It's just such a rarity to have a woman like that. They're just not wired to care. Okay? It's done. If it's done, it's done. It's over. She no longer cares. She's with someone else. She's probably shacking up with someone else in 2 days. That's just how women are. Again, not only because of this post. There was another post, interestingly enough. I'm going to switch on to some gameplay. There was another post, guys, that piqued my attention. And it was actually a song on YouTube. It was like this romantic song about love, oh no, and breakup. And again, all comments were men. In this post, guys, all comments were men, not a single woman. Every comment was like, oh, I miss her so much, I miss her dearly, oh, I just wish she's fine, I didn't deserve her. You had all the men, guys, just being so sad, pity party, everyone crying, you know, sharing not napkins, tissues, everyone just so sad, the sadness carnival you had there. Not a single woman, okay, on this emotional song. Again, you could say, well, it's mostly men who use YouTube. Yes, it's I think it's like 65% men that use YouTube compared to 35 women or something like this. But still, yeah, you know, the comments were literally 100% men. I didn't find a single woman, guys. Women simply don't care enough to go on YouTube, find a sad song, and think about that one man who really loved them, you know? Or maybe, oh no, did I make a mistake? They simply don't, guys, alright? They don't care enough to go and do that. They're too focused on the next best thing. And here's how I know that this is not a biased opinion, right? You could say, well, Instagram is biased, YouTube is biased, you know, you should not take your points from there, fair enough. But here's the thing, though. Take a look at, for example, stories written for men and stories written for women. Stories written for men, guys, are about saving the princess, right? You will rarely get a story where the focus is on a man transitioning from one woman to another. In fact, I've never seen one. I can't think of one right now. Story like that. The male fantasy is to secure a woman and be with her. That's it. Men don't like the transition from one woman to another because that already implies that things didn't work out with the previous one, right? Well, for women, guys, take a look at women's movies and books that are best-selling. It's always about the transition. It's never, and they lived happily ever after. It's never, oh, she was with this man and they went through hardships and stayed together. No! Every single story and movie they have is about swapping one man for another. It's just their wet dream, alright? They love that shit. They love to dump your ass. They love to leave you in the dust and find something better because that for them is growth. They love it. Alright? And look, there are scenarios in which that can be good. If you're in a bad relationship, hell, I wish nothing more than you to get the hell out of there and find a good one, alright? What I'm just saying is, you can clearly see a difference in mindset. Men have a mindset of fixing things. Men have a mindset of working throughout things. This is why it's so much easier to find a story that has to deal with men. Maybe dealing with how you both together fight through hardships to maintain the relationship. Well, for women, I don't know if I've ever seen a single like romantic movie dealing with a woman actually going through hardships with a man. I think I've never seen one. It's always, oh, there's this hardship. Well, that just means he's not the right one for me. And then the whole movie is about cheating on his ass, dumping his ass, and then moving on to something better, and they shake up. Or shuck up, however you pronounce it. That's it, guys. That's women's wet dreams. Alright? And so, yeah, I'm not basing my opinion on an Instagram meme or on a YouTube video. I just see it all throughout. I see it in society. I see it in my friends. I see it in my family. I've seen it in my ex-girlfriends. I've seen it in so many people, guys. But you could say, oh, Hidan, that is anecdotal. Okay, well, I also see it as a trend in like the narratives that both genders subscribe to, right? So I think I'm making a point here. But anyway, John, let me know if you think I'm being too cynical. Leave me your opinion about this down below. I'll be happy to read it. And now, please like and subscribe, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.